room for cello. I got a feeling if she got a recording contract, she probably got a new violin. We'll see.
Yeah, we wish her the best. That's really a cool story.
It is indeed. All right, let's bring in Dan Bongino, former Secret Service guy, former New York City police officer, joins us today from Palm City down in Florida. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Good to see you all. Thanks for having me.
So what do you make of this? Apparently there's a second whistleblower who has spoken to the Inspector General. He's from the intel community. He's represented by the same attorney. But unlike the first whistleblower who had second-hand knowledge, the second whistleblower actually has first-hand knowledge, reportedly.
Yeah, wow, that's really great, Steve. You know who else has first-hand knowledge of the president's call with the Ukrainian president?
All of us.
The
Yeah.
president of the United States and everyone in America who's actually seen the transcript. How do you have a whistleblower about a call with Virgin? Hey, Steve, I've got a whistleblower who's going to give us an update on Game 2 of the Yankees and the Twins. It already happened. The Yankees won. Oh, what do you mean you've got a whistleblower?
But David,
we've seen the transcript.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. And I'm getting tired of this, too, the misinformation out there. You know, listen, I get along with everyone at the network, but there was even someone on this weekend who said, well, listen, there's definitely evidence of this quid pro quo. We saw these texts from Bill Taylor, who is a U.S. representative, who seems to be troubled in this conversation with another U.S. ambassador to the EU, Gordon Sondland, about the quid pro quo. But they conveniently left out Gordon Sondland's answer where he says the president has unequivocally stated there's no quid pro quo.
But let me ask
That
you
may
something,
be an
Dan.
important fact you may want to include in there.
Right. When you look at the transcript of that conversation with the Ukrainian president, it was about 30 minutes, and when you read it, it doesn't take that long to read. So it looks like there is some that might be left out, and the president, his staff said this is not the entire conversation. Is there something that we're not seeing? Will we be able to see that? Does that put our national security in jeopardy if we see the whole thing?
Well, Ainsley, you know why a conversation that if you read it would probably take 8 to 10 minutes would take 30 minutes on a call? Because the Ukrainian president spoke in Ukrainian. There was a translator. The way this works on these calls, having worked in the White House, is there are a number of people on these calls, and that transcript is the best approximation of the substantive content of the call you're going to get. Ainsley, if there was something in the call that was substantive, some kind of a quid pro quo, it would have been in there. The length of the call is irrelevant. It only has to do with the transcription time.
But Dan, I'd just like to add one more thing. If Adam Schiff got a lot out of his meetings last week, he would have said it. Those transcripts would have been out. Instead, he puts out selective excerpts to sell his story, which he's supposed to be just pursuing the facts instead of an agenda. And speaking of an agenda, that's what we saw with Chuck Todd and Ron Johnson, a successful businessman who made his money in plastics and actually is giving back to the country what he's supposed to do after having success. He's literally out there just trying to help, and he's the least partisan person that you'll ever talk to in party politics. Listen to this battle.
I have my third letter into the Inspector General of the Intelligence Committee asking to just confirm, are you investigating those leaks that Peter Strzok talked about in that?
All right, Senator, I have no idea
So again,
why.
No, that's a setup. It is entirely irrelevant to this point.
Why a Fox News conspiracy propaganda stuff is popping up on here? I have no idea.
It is not,
I have no idea why we're going here.
That is
Senator,
because
I'm
this is
asking
underlying
about-
exactly why President Trump is upset and why his supporters are upset at the news media.
Okay,
You know,
this is not about the media.
here's the
Senator
deal.
Johnson,
The
Senator
Fox News media
Johnson,
is the
please. Do you believe this? That's Senator Johnson, the most level-headed guy. He can't take it anymore.
You know, I'm telling you right now, he should have walked.
Already pulling back and withdrawing from the areas near the border with Turkey. President Trump spoke on the phone with